Or in the hospital?
No, every hospital area, each unit, every area, the emergency room, everything has its own place where we can isolate certain numbers of patients, because we don't know if the patient will be coming from the wound center. We don't know if they're coming into the emergency room. Are they coming in and going up on 9 to have an oncology visit? So we have isolation rooms on every floor of the hospital in every area.
And so isolation is not a ward, sort of thing?
No, and it's not a segregated area. It's incorporated within the nursing unit, but that patient may need to be isolated for their own protection and the protection of other people.
Now, the average person walks in, they're told to put a cap and gown on or a face mask. Do they balk at that idea?
Well, usually the nursing staff are very good about explaining what's going on and what's happening, and we have some very basic information so that people can understand what types of disease process their family members going through. We have a wonderful community, and I have to say that the people in the community really do come in and spend a lot of time with their loved ones and their family when they're in there. And after the first time or two, they become old hands. They teach each other. It gets passes through there very quickly. That knowledge and that communication goes very, very well.
Now, Elizabeth, how about the air ducts and things like that, foreign-born? Do you work on that? Could that spread disease naturally through the air ducts?
It can, and we're always on the alert, and I must say that my life is, I'm hoping it won't get too interesting considering that I'm sitting between the airport and the Port of Elizabeth. But you know, we have to be aware of those things.
Well, it's the most dangerous 2 miles in America, according to the FBI.
But we work very closely with our emergency preparedness department and our safety department. There are several exercises are planned every year for training for the staff. How do we coordinate what happens, trying to be prepared and ready if an emergency. It's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. Something's going to happen. It doesn't matter if it's big or small, we have to be ready.
And we now have a unit at Trinitas where we can decontaminate people.
Yes,
too.
The decontamination unit, I have to say, I was very impressed. A nice big unit set up by the Emergency Preparedness Department out by the Emergency Department itself to decontaminate. Works wonderfully well. They had an exercise there last summer that went very, very well. And I know that something is afoot very shortly at the hospital for another training session.
Good. Elizabeth, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show and explain a role that a lot of people aren't familiar with and don't want to be familiar with.
Exactly. So. I hope I never see you there.
Right.
But if I do, we'll do the best we can for you.
Welcome back to our city. For the second half of the show, I'm joined by Stanley Neron, who is the acting supervisor in the Office on Youth. Stanley, welcome to the program.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You've been here before.
Several times.
Yeah, too many times, right? You get out of the office, come do the show. What programs are basically run from your division?
Well, we have the Building Future Leaders program, which is our new high school teen mentorship and leadership program. We have the SOAR 1 and SOAR 2 programs, Special Opportunities for Achievement and Reawakening. That's our elementary school after-school program. We also have a curfew program, and we have our Safe Haven program downtown at the Port section.
And Stanley, the Building Future Leaders program is one that you basically helped start about a year or two ago?
Yes, sir.
And there's a lot of hope for this program.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great program. We've been working with them for over 2 years now. It started with mentoring, and now we've moved into mentorship and leadership. They're producing a show on a monthly basis here.
I was going to say, they do 1 week a month on my show, correct?
Yeah. Our YouView, that is. And
YouView, right.
Yeah. So
but they do this studio, and they use my public access time, right?
That's right.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
You've been very generous in allowing that to happen.
They do a good job. It's I was their guest one show.
Absolutely. So it's a good thing.
The Building Future Leaders has announced a prom showcase this year.
Absolutely.
Maybe you can talk about that a little bit.
They're doing a prom showcase this year, which basically is a showcase of all the celebrities going to the prom. We want to call our high school students celebrities because we want to make them feel important. Part of the problem with our youth today is they don't get enough attention, they don't get enough spotlight, and some of them may not have the family support that they need to really cheer them on when they're doing something positive. And they go into the prom, and we want to highlight that and make them feel as our very own celebrities, and we're giving them a red carpet special.
Is the prom that night?
Prom is that night. Prom is on a Thursday night, and they'll be coming down the steps of City Hall, and we'll be taking pictures and announcing them. And
now, did you go to your prom?
Absolutely.
Yeah, where was your prom at?
My prom was where their prom is. Where is that? West Patterson.
West
Patterson, New
Yeah.
Jersey. So it's been the same place for years.
The Westmont Country
There
Club.
you go, the Westmont Country Club in West
Same place,
Patterson.
okay.
I've been there once and only once.
Oh, okay. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they do a nice job
Yeah.
up there as well. So this showcase is going to be on the steps of City Hall. Now, who came up with this idea?
Building future leaders, the teens
did.
in the program.
The young kids did.
Yeah, and they wanted to basically, have a opportunity for them to shoot pieces of the show there. A bit of the show there. They want to highlight some of the, the kids going to the prom, and they want to show,
These are all seniors that are doing this.
all seniors. Yes.
Yeah. So next year's Building Future Leaders program will have to be a new crop of.
Well, these are seniors programming this, but the Building Future Leaders is from 13 through 18.
Okay, so some of them are just going to translate into the
Exactly.
leadership.
And the ones
as
that are not
seniors
going
leave.
to the prom, absolutely. And the ones not going to the prom for this particular event will be staffing the event and facilitating to make sure everything goes well.
It sounds like a pretty clever idea to highlight some successes. So that,
Oh, absolutely. And we'll be we'll be hosting as well. We invited some guests to host with us, some celebrity guests to host with us. So we don't want to put that out there yet because we don't know who's actually coming yet. But we have
are any other agencies playing a part in this?
Absolutely. We have Proceed. We have the Greater Elizabeth Adolescents Partnership. We have the NAACP, the Office on Youth, obviously. We have another one, MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Planned Parenthood.
Good. And the children will benefit from having a prom showcase. How do you think? This is, they're out for the whole night anyway. We're just kind of adding a few more hours on. They're going to be all dressed up, I take it.
Absolutely. Well, I think they're going to benefit from it from a self-esteem point of view. They'll feel really good, and that's very important. If you can build a youth self-esteem, you avoid having a lot of different problems. It's a intervention piece where, it avoids them from having to do other activity to make them feel special or, joining groups to, cause mischief, You want to make them feel special right here at home so that they don't have to seek out other alternatives.
And Stanley, besides the prom showcase, the nuts and bolts of your division is a lot of summer programs.
Absolutely. We have our 10th year. We're moving into our 10th summer program for the SOAR program, Special Opportunities for Achievement and Reawakening. And this year we'll have two. We usually combine the programs, but this year we're going to have two, one at School 23 and then one down in the Bayway Community Center. We have the Safe Haven Community program that's going to be happening at Eport, and Building Future Leaders was also going to have a summer program as well. And that's going to be a lot of volunteering for the high school students, as well as field trips and special activities for them.